Brittany. I wanted to give you a little preview of what my upcoming webinar, Home Education, Debunking the Myths and Exploring the Opportunities, is all about. Over the last 4 months or so, much of the world has experienced some form of homeschooling. The problem is that doing school at home via Zoom or Google Classroom or any other platform where you're still kind of connected to the institution of school is very different than a thriving, authentic home education. So what we're going to be doing is taking a look at 5 of the probably most common myths surrounding home education, breaking those down a bit, and then exploring some of the opportunities that might be available to you and your family in the world of homeschooling. So, who is this webinar for exactly? Well, maybe you have very young children who aren't of school age yet, and you're just trying to explore all of your educational options for their future. Maybe you have a child who, since lockdown started and they've been at home, they've seemed less stressed, they seem more playful, they're happier, and the idea of going back to school is not a real happy one for your family or for maybe a child in particular. Perhaps you're a person of color who deeply desires that your child can see themselves, their ethnicity, their nationality, their race in the history that they're learning, in the literature that they're reading. Sometimes that's difficult in a conventional classroom setting. Maybe you have a child that's just flat out bored in school and you have a desire to just let them loose, to learn, explore, dive into and develop the passions and interests that they have. Maybe, on the other hand, you are one that is a little bit skeptical about home education. But perhaps you have a friend or a family member who is considering homeschooling, and perhaps you think that it's just not in the child's best interest. I am glad that you are here as well. We all have this in common. We all want our children to be happy and to be successful. So if there are educational options that would make our children happier and more successful, then of course we would want to explore them. On the flip side, if there are places of learning where our children are becoming less happy or less successful, we want to keep them away from those environments. So I welcome you to sign up for this webinar where we will be breaking down the myths of homeschooling and truly exploring all of the options that might be available for your children and your family as a whole. Can't wait to see you soon.